Good morning, students. So today I will explain you about the serial communication and bus interfacing of 8051 microcontroller. So there are two types of communication. One is serial transfer or parallel transfer. Serial transfer, we are sending uh, uh, each bit at a time, bit by bit at a time. So suppose there are 8 bits present in the transmitter. You are sending bit by bit from transmitter to receiver. So this is the serial form of transmission. Whereas parallel transmission, you are sending 8 bits of data. There are eight parallel lines will be available. So uh, so you can send the 8 bits of data at a time from transmitter to receiver. So this is like 8 bits of data you are sending from transmitter to receiver. So in 8051 microcontroller, you are using two pins for serial communication. So one is received data pin and transmit data pin. So any uh, signal coming from the outside world will be received through this pin, received data. And from this transmit data, you can send the data from the microcontroller to outside PC. So you can use these two pins for serial communication. And mostly for the serial communication, you are using RS-232 cable. So this is the male connector which is present in the backside of CPU, and we call this as a female connector, DB9 connector. So this is RS-232 cable. So for this one, you are using mostly TXT and RXT and ground. So these are the three pins you are very much important to connect for serial communication. Remaining signals we are using for the handshaking purpose. So these two, this is a male connector and this is female connector. So this is present in the backside of CPU, and this through the cable we can connect to this one. Uh, so with this we can connect, we can send the data serially. So this type of connection we call this as a null modem. And for transferring the data, there are two things. One is BPS, one is this one is bits per second, and next one is baud rate. So we mainly use this baud rate for serial communication. So baud rate is nothing but number of signals changes per second. So units of baud rate is BPS. So normally when microcontroller, most of the microcontrollers are TTL operated. That means logic 0 is 0 to 0.8 volts. Logic 1 is 2 to 5 volts. RS-232 voltage levels are different. So logic 0 is 3 to 225 volts and logic 1 is minus 3 volts to minus 25 volts. So when you're connecting through the CPU to the PC and microcontroller, here this side is RS-232 side and this side is TTL side. So when you are transmitting the data from the PC to microcontroller, here they should be here RS-232 voltage level should be converted into TTL voltage levels. So there is an IC we are using. This is we call the voltage converter Max 232. So this will convert RS-232 to TTL voltage levels and TTL voltage levels to RS-232 voltage. So here you are sending the data from the PC to microcontroller. So this side RS-232. So when it is transmitting, so it will convert into TTL voltage levels. So when the microcontroller is sending the data, so here TTL voltage levels. So through the Max 232, here you will get RS-232 voltage levels. So to allow data transfer between PC and 8051 without any error, so we have to make sure that baud rate of 8051 microcontroller and PC should match. So it should match with the PC COM code. So these are some baud rates given by the IBM company. So mostly we are using this 4800 and 9600 as a baud rate. So in the 8051 microcontroller, we are using to generate the baud rate, we are using timer 1 in mode 2. So that is auto reload mode. So if you are so if we want that baud rate, we are loading some value -3 or -6 or in decimal or FA and FAH to the TH1 register, so that it can generate the baud rate depending on this one. So you have to initialize the timer values to generate the baud rate. So types of serial communication, there are two types are there: asynchronous serial communication and synchronous serial communication. Asynchronous means in the transmitting, you shift the parallel data into serial line using own clock. So you are shifting your first you should convert from this parallel data to serial data, and you have to add this. We have to add with the 8 bits of data with the start bit, stop bit, and parity bit. So you should transmit the data, and at the receiving, you have to extract. It will extract the data using own clock and converts the serial data into parallel data by stripping, by removing the start bit and stop bit. So asynchronous communication. So this is a data frame you are using. So one is mark bit. So mark bit is always high. And next you have start bit. Start bit is always low, and followed by 8 bits of data. And next stop bit. Stop bit is always high. So start bit is always low, and stop bit is always high. And for the transmission of serial data, you are using one special function register in 8051 microcontroller, that is SBUF. So SBUF is nothing but it's a 8-bit register, serial buffer register. So uh, so that means by in transmitting, first you have to place in SBUF and you have to transmit. During the receiving, so whatever the data it is getting, so the data will be held by the SBUF, and from the SBUF it will receive the received line. So here if you see, so from the outside world to through the SBUF you are transmitting means this will keep stop bit and start bit. So it will be framed with one stop bit and stop bit. It will transmit the data. SBUF will transmit the data. During the receiving, so the data will be coming with start bit and stop bit. So it will remove that stop bit and start bit and stop bit, and 8-bit of data will be taken by the microcontroller. So data can be transmitted or received. It is called, we call this as a duplex communication. So data transmitted in one way we call as a, so that means simplex is there. Simplex means data can be transmitted from transmitter to receiver, but receiver can't transmit the data. Suppose like computer can give the signal to the printer. The printer can't give the signal to computer. So that type of communication, we call that as a simplex. Half duplex means only one way at a time. It can transmit the data or it can receive the data, like walkie-talkie. So the traffic police they use this walkie-talkie. That is comes under the half duplex. Full duplex means data can go both ways at a time. So that is full duplex, like mobile phones. So parallelly transmit. So both persons can speak each other. So that comes under the full duplex communication. So these are the serial communication protocols. In the serial communication protocols, again it is divided into onboard communication protocols and offboard communication protocols. Onboard in onboard communication protocols comes under SPI, I2C, and UART. So and next in offboard communication, you will get RS-232. So RS-232 means recommended standard 232. USB means universal serial bus. So we will discuss about the UART. UART is one type of onboard communication protocol. The UART is nothing but universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So this is used for serial. This is a serial communication protocol. So this is two-wire communication protocol. That means two wires will be there. One is transmit data and one is receive data. And ground is common for both transmitter and receiver. So data will be in terms of format. So it consists of like one start bit and stop bit, 8 bits of data. So transmission of data will be configured with baud rate. Baud rate is nothing but number of bits changing per second. So this is parallel communication. You are sending 8 bits of data at a time. Serial communication means you are sending each and every one bit at a time. So this is serial type of communication. Asynchronous means you have to frame the data with one start bit and one stop bit and 8 bits of data. So that is one asynchronous type of communication. Synchronous means here transmission and receiver will be synchronized with the clock. So both are synchronized with the clock. So here data lines are there. You are sending parallelly along with the data line. You are sending the clock. So that means in the transmitter and receiver both should synchronize with the this common clock, synchronous type of communication. So in UART connection, so there are two devices. So let us consider this is transmitter, device 2 is receiver. So transmitter of this transmission pin of device 1 is connected to receiver pin of device 2, and uh, receiver pin of device 1 is connected to transmitter pin of device 2, and ground is common. So this type of communication, this is connected through a cable called RS-232 cable. This type of communication we call as a null model. So we are connecting two devices, so data should be synchronized. So how the data is synchronized with two things? One is baud rate. So both should have same baud rate. Suppose if we are sending with 9600 baud rate, so both devices should synchronize with that baud rate, and both should have start and stop it. So both should have same start and stop it. Then only device can communicate with each other. So baud rate is a measure of speed of data transfer. So it is expressed in bits per second. BPS means bits per second. So baud rate can be 2400 or 4800 or 9600 like that. So this is the frame you are sending with one stop bit, start bit, 8 bits of data. Parity bit is optional and stop bit. So first mark bit is always 1. We are sending with one start bit. So that is always logic 0. And you are sending 8 bits of data and parity bit, and you are sending with stop bit. So simplex one-way communication. Off duplex means it will be both direction, but not at same time. Full duplex means can happen both in same time. So advantages, if you see, only it uses two wires. That means transmit data and receive data. So no clock signal is necessary. So clock signal is not present in the asynchronous. This is asynchronous type of communication. So that's why UART does not consist of clock, and it provides the error detection by parity bit check. So you have one more parity bit is there, no? So error detection can be checked by the parity bit, and cost and size will be much lesser. So compared to parallel communication, cost and size of the UART is very much lesser. Disadvantages: size of data frame is limited to maximum of 9 bits. So that means only 9 bits of data you can send through the UART, and doesn't support multiple slaves or multiple master system. That means you can send the data from only one transmitter, one device to another device. So you can't transmit from one device to so many slaves, so many devices, or so many masters to one slave like that. So you can transmit from one device to another device, and it is limited speed and bottleneck for the application which require higher data transmission rate. So that means for higher data transmission application, so this is not suitable. So that means it will not support the higher data rate transmission. So thank you.